Okay. So, there's lots of people with myofascial chain dysfunction in the upper limb. So they usually have a problem with the shoulder, with the elbow, the wrist, or sometimes they even have a headache and neck pain. And my usual approach is to make them do exercises for the head and neck separate, for the shoulder separate, elbow separate, wrist separate. It's fine, but when somebody's got all of these major joints involved and they're spending 5 minutes each, it comes to a 30-minute workout just for fixing a myofascial chain. So I've been trying to combine all of these movements into one. So, and it helps to have clubs. Okay, once you've practiced it with the clubs and you've got the movement correct, and then you might be able to get it, you might be able to do it without the clubs. But I think most of you are going to need a small pair of clubs of this sort. I'll leave a link in the comments as to where you can buy these. They're being made custom by a friend, so he's not a mass manufacturer. You'll have to give the order and wait for some time. But yeah, so anyway, that's for the clubs. Now when you start off in guard position, where the wrist is neutral, the elbow is at 90 degrees, and the forearm, the forearm is parallel to the floor, the arm is close to your shoulder. Now from this position, you're going to go inwards and downwards and backwards. So you can see how it points to the back. Now, and then from here, you're going to come up and again go backwards like that. Okay? And now here the palm is facing upwards. In this position, the palm is facing sidewards. Here, it's upwards. Now, the next thing that you need to add is, you need to add the head and neck movements to it. So when you go down, you're going to bend your head forward, tuck your chin in, almost touching your chest. And then when you come up, you're going to look up towards the sky while you turn your hands and palms away. Now the third part you need to add is, when you're going down, you need to exhale, and when you come up, you need to inhale. Now you've got 3 further variations to this. If you've got a lot of shoulder pain and you can't lift it above your head, all you'll need to do is bend forward and point your clubs backwards like that, and then from here you turn it this way. So you don't need to raise your shoulders in this variant. So this is for somebody who has a lot of shoulder pain. If it's not so bad, if the shoulder pain is not so bad, you can go this way and then come slightly out to the side with the arms pointing backwards. Now as the shoulder pain gets less, you can go from here to here, and then the next time you can go from there to slightly higher, and from there to even higher, and finally when you're completely pain free, you can start going upwards. So straight back, and again you're turning the clubs outwards. So this movement can also be used as a warm up. So if you're going to do push-ups, it's first thing in the morning, you're really cold and you don't want to injure yourself, you can start off with warming up, and you can keep the shoulders down, and then as you get higher and as you get warmer, you can start moving your elbows, you can start moving your hands higher and higher. You can do this with your straight arm, or you can do it with your bent arm, depending on how strong you are. If the clubs are very heavy, you might need to keep your elbows bent, but if they are light, you can go. Now the same movement can also be done there, right? So in and out. So it's basically taking your shoulder through an entire range of rotation, and you're using the clubs to give you feedback as to where your hands and shoulders are. And it is also, the club is also levered, so it's got a weight at the end, so it's going to give you a slight overstretch. It's important that the clubs be light. If they are very heavy and you're not used to the movement, you are going to end up with an injury. So you start off with light clubs. For people who don't have clubs, you can use a stick. So a slightly longer stick, a slightly heavier stick, and you can do the same movement with sticks. So rep ranges, how many would you like to do? So it depends. I don't want you to be doing this exercise to a point where you are fatigued and you are losing control of the sticks and the clubs. And so I would suggest doing 15 to 20 reps in a set, and I would suggest doing 3 sets, and this is just a warm up, and it shouldn't take very long. It's important that you do it under control. It's important that you do it slow and that you don't twist and it flails around. All that stuff shouldn't happen. It should move completely under control. It is important that you breathe while you're doing this. So when the wrist is going this way, you need to exhale, and when the wrist is going this way, you need to inhale. So, and you shouldn't be twisting it and then holding your breath and then turning it. No, as your wrist is moving, your breath should also continue to move. If you run out of breath, then you stop the movement there. Don't do that. So you don't do that. I hope you can hear it on the video.